We are back on Morning Line. Special guest. Notice magical musical chairs. We have someone new sitting here. Oh yes, she is a commander with the Metropolitan Police Department out of the West Precinct. She needs no further introduction than to say it's Marlene Perdue is here with us this morning, as she is every year.
Thank you.
At
Glad
this
to
time.
be here. Thank you. Appreciate y'all letting us be here.
Oh, it's my pleasure. You know, whenever we can help, and you are here again to talk about the talent show.
Yes.
Now, our police officers have a lot of talents on the job.
They do.
But behind the scenes, this is Music City. And this event is how many have you had now?
This is the ninth.
Ninth, I think.
Our ninth.
Every year, proceeds benefiting the Nashville Children's Alliance. It's going to be tomorrow night. Just tell us a little about, and we're going to have some video we'll go to in a moment, but tell me what we can expect, what it's all about.
Well, the showcase, like I said, it's the ninth year,
Okay.
and we'll have several acts this year. I think we've got 10 acts. We also have Phil Vassar will be there.
Singer-songwriter, yeah.
Yes, and we've got a special guest coming, a Grammy award-winning artist that will be there this year. So we're really excited. It'll be a great show, and we have a huge silent auction that goes with it. The silent auction has well over 200 items this year, a lot of high-dollar, higher value items.
Scuba lessons,
Yeah.
gift certificates, footballs autographed by Marcus Mariota,
Yep.
leather jacket from the Indian motorcycle. I mean,
That's just a few.
gift cards from Genesis Diamonds, all kinds of stuff. That's just a bit of that.
Yes.
But the big deal is going and hearing the officers perform.
It's law enforcement.
Law
So it's
enforcement.
all,
Okay.
Metro officers that will be up there performing. And it's interesting because it's an opportunity for the public to come in and see Metro officers doing something different.
Yes, I think that's part of
Yeah.
Let's show a little bit of this. They're good. Oh.
My heart was wrapped up in clover. When you're on the outside, baby, and you can't get in, I will show you you're so much better than you know. When you're lost, all alone.
Can't get a promise, I'll fix it. Long about a million other things.
He was so good.
It's okay, it's so nice.
All right, wow. That was you first. You're terrific. You have such a great voice. That was Louise Kelton? Now, is she with the U.S. Marshals now?
Yes,
She
she's
is.
retired.
She's retired. I didn't even
Retired
recognize
from
her
Metro.
from that, and she's head of the U.S. Marshal, but it's like, you guys are so good. And you get up there, and it's in front of a crowd. Again, this is going to be at the National Palace, right?
Yep.
2611 McGavick Pike. But, I mean, you have a crowd out there. Do you get nervous?
Yes.
Do you? You couldn't
Yes.
tell. You look great.
Yes.
You have such a good voice.
Thank
but
you.
So you said 10 acts. Now, these are performances? Is it also a competition or anything like that?
not a
What do we call it?
competition.
It's not, because people hear talent show, but it's
Right.
just to
Well,
get
it's
up
a
and show.
showcase. We call it a showcase. Yeah.
All right, and like last year, and this you said is your ninth, the money raised again goes to help with child abuse victims, right?
It does. It goes to the Nashville Children's Alliance, and if you're not familiar with that organization, that is the organization in Nashville that they work with children who are victims of severe child abuse, physical and sexual abuse. So they provide services. They work with the police department doing forensic interviews when we
Right.
need to interview a child, work very closely with us, but then they provide services to the family and the child through the process. They don't charge anything, so everything that they do is free, and so for them having the money to have the right resources there is really important. So that's what this money goes towards.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine just a more important service than something like that. They do fantastic work in assisting you guys with some really, really tricky stuff.
It is, and child abuse is something that we just don't bring it to the forefront
Right.
very often. It's just something that is, everybody knows it exists,
Sure.
but nobody really talks about it. And so this is just a great opportunity to raise a little bit of money and bring some awareness to that.
Yeah, what it takes to help the children through the process is this.
Right.
But again, now getting back to the MC, former Nashville News Channel 5 great, who still is very involved with Words and Music here. Harry Chapman is going to be hosting this, right?
Yes, he's been with us every year.
That's just awesome.
He's wonderful.
See, well, because he loves music and he knows good. He wouldn't be a part of this if it wasn't good stuff.
That's right.
I mean, aside from the cause, you guys getting up there and performing. Now, is there some good-natured ribbing along the way?
Yeah, there probably is. Probably more.
Amongst yourselves? Or?
Yeah, there's a lot of peer pressure.
Yeah. Well, now, and is it hard? Okay, there's 10 acts this year. Has it typically always been about 10 acts?
10 to 12.
10 to 12. Do you have problems finding enough, or are there a lot of people stepping up to
No,
it?
sometimes we have to turn people away.
Really?
Just because there's
You can only keep so
many.
many.
Yeah, and you have to do it within a reasonable amount of time.
All right, so you're going to go.
That's
Now
good.
you're performing again.
I am.
Well, you just singing one song?
Everybody sings about 3 songs.
Okay. And then now when you get up there, does the musicians, are they there for everyone? I guess.
A lot of us use just canned music or
Oh,
tracks.
okay. I saw a
and
few
then-
of those in the clip showed some
Right,
performers
and
playing.
then we have some bands. Some people play guitar, so they'll play their own music. So
Okay.
it's a variety. I mean, it's all different kinds of music. I mean, it's just a huge variety
Yeah.
of everything.
There's so many layers to why this is important. It's the cause, of course, is great, but the second part that I really like is it's law enforcement officers, which we all respect what you do out in the field, but you suspect that this is neat for people to see because it kind of peels away that official veneer.
I think so.
And I mean, like a lot of law enforcement agencies now do coffee with a cop. Where you can meet them, which I think is great. You get to go and have coffee with them someplace where they're at some establishment. But this is where they see you performing. Breaks down barriers, I guess.
I think so, and it's just, everybody forgets police officers. We're parents.
Of course.
We have family, and we're just like everybody else, and we all have our own interests. And in this particular group, they like to perform, like to sing. So it's a great opportunity to see police officers not being police officers. There'll be police officers in the crowd, and everybody that goes to the show, they love to talk to the public. So the more people that we have coming in from the public, the better.
Yeah, and you've always liked singing. I'm just curious. I don't know if you're in your church choir. Did you sing in high school, college?
I sang in high school.
In what, a choral group or?
Yeah, and actually, I'll be honest, I forgot about singing, and one year we were in Florida and we did karaoke, and I said, well, I'm going to try it, and I liked it, and just started doing it after that.
And so you just stuck with it, and so
Yeah.
now do you sing just basically for this? I'm just curious from you.
Mostly for this.
So you've been rehearsing a bit?
Oh my gosh, yes.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, but now you're a seasoned vet. You were great
Yeah.
last year. You've been doing this several years, right? And get up and...
It takes a lot of practice. For people that don't ever do it, most of us take a lot of time working the songs up. Everybody that does it, I mean, it's work to get ready. So all the performers, they put in a lot of hours getting ready.
I'm
which
curious.
people don't think about
No,
that. But
you're right.
They spend a lot of time.
Well, because you want to do a really good job, which you do. I'm just curious if there are, this sounds like a fun kind of hobby for you that you really enjoy, but are there any folks that are performing that do this at other venues or maybe do it more as a regular thing?
There's a few.
I don't know.
There's a few.
Some wannabe country stars?
I don't know about that. I don't.
But I'm just, there's some that do this, maybe perform elsewhere once in a
or
while.
have performed in the past.
Yeah, right.
Some have been in bands
That's what
that
I
have
figured.
performed in the past, so they're very comfortable doing it.
I would imagine we're Music City, and the Metro Police Department probably has some of the best performers of any department anywhere in the country. Part of it because of where we're at.
Yeah.
All right, let's give people the information. We're going to throw that up there and just remind them about all this. It is tomorrow night.
Yes,
correct?
tomorrow
Doors open at 5:30. The show starts at 6. Admission is $15 there at the door, right? Can you get tickets ahead of time? I don't know.
You can get them at the West Precinct.
Okay.
5500 Charlotte, or calling out there. But you can get them at the door just as easy, and we take credit cards, check, and cash.
All right, Nashville Palace, again, that's 2611 McGavick Pike over there. And aside from the musical performance, there's that big auction, and again, silent auction. A lot of people have donated some neat stuff.
One of the things that I have to say is the Nashville business community has been incredible this year. They're always very generous, but the generosity this year has just been incredible.
Yeah, you go in and ask, can you donate something, and they're all really willing
and
to
very
do it.
few people say no. It's amazing.
I'm guessing each year you raise several $1,000s? Is it?
Usually the last few years we've raised between $10,000 and $12,000.
Wow, that's awesome for this. This has to be one of their... I don't know what other funding comes from the Alliance. I assume they get a lot of fundraising. I'm not sure if they have a set budget that comes in every year, but
they do the walk. I mean, everything
but it's mostly
that they
charitable
make, it comes from
giving.
It comes from something like that.
So it's a big deal. Listen,
It is.
Go have some fun, get to see some of the talents of our fine police officers here in Metro, and then give to a great cause. As always, Commander.
Thank you so much.
Have fun. All right, thank you for coming on. I'll be back to wrap things up right after this.